Drop what you're doing, it's smoothie time. And I'm gonna share with you how to make one of my favorite smoothies today called a green machine smoothie. And I'm also gonna share with you the benefits of eating and drinking your greens. So let's get started. Smoothies are a great way to get a lot of vitamins and minerals in one drink. You basically just fill a blender with your favorite fruits and vegetables and you have a delicious and nutritious drink. Now this smoothie focuses mostly on green vegetables, most of which are growing in your school garden. So I'm going to share all of those ingredients with you today. The first ingredient that we're going to use is rice milk. So you want to find a liquid. You can use anything from water to coconut water, maybe your favorite milk. This one is rice milk. If you have any dairy allergies or nut allergies, rice milk is a great alternative to use. So we're gonna start by using about 3 cups of rice milk. The next ingredient is bananas. Of course, bananas are a great ingredient for smoothies. And did you know that bananas make you happy? And that's why they're shaped like a smile. I love bananas. They're filled with potassium, really great for your muscles and your bones, and they are so good for you and add such a nice sweetness to our smoothie. So when your bananas start to get kind of icky looking like this, it's definitely time to put them in the freezer, or as I like to call them, banana bread bananas. So you can either make banana bread or you can put these bananas in your freezer. But first, you have to peel the banana before you freeze it. So we're gonna peel this banana that is nice and ripe. We're gonna break it in half, and then you're gonna put it on a sheet, a cookie sheet, covered with some parchment paper. And then you're just gonna freeze it, just like this. And then, after they're all frozen, put them in a Ziploc bag and just have them all ready to go to use in your smoothies. So we're gonna just take a few right now and pop them in our blender. Probably about 1 banana. All right, so next we're gonna add some wonderful spinach. Most of you probably have spinach growing in your garden. This is probably one of the healthiest things you can eat. And it's loaded with iron and calcium. It's such a great green to eat, and it really makes you strong. So here's about what we're gonna add, a nice little handful there. And then we're gonna add another green that you might see growing like crazy in your gardens. I love this. It's probably in every single garden. Do you guys know what this is? This is kale, probably one of the healthiest things you can eat in your garden. It's a nice dark leafy green. It is so wonderful and so highly nutritious. Has a lot of vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin K, and it's also called dinosaur kale because it kind of has the skin of a dinosaur. So that's probably the best way to remember it, is it's just called dinosaur kale. So take a look next time you're in the garden to see if you can find some dinosaur kale, and then add it to your smoothie. So we're just gonna break off little pieces of the kale and add probably just like 1 piece of kale and add it straight to our blender. And you don't need to have the stem. You can kind of take all the green off the stem. All right, so next ingredient we're gonna use is cilantro. So cilantro might be an unusual ingredient for a smoothie. Normally you'll see this in salsa or in guacamole, but we're definitely gonna add it to our smoothie because it's really nutritious and it adds a really nice flavor. Now, if you don't like cilantro, you can also use mint. I have some great mint here too. Cilantro is really calming and just such a great herb, and it smells so good and has just such a nice flavor. So we're just gonna use a touch of it. We don't wanna overpower it with cilantro, but we wanna get some of those great nutrition benefits in there of the cilantro. Another unusual ingredient in our smoothie is celery. Celery, super good for your bones, really hydrating. Celery is awesome. So I already have it cut up in a couple little pieces like this, like 1-inch pieces, and just pop them in your blender. And those are gonna be so delicious. Blend it up too. Dates. These are such a wonderful addition to your smoothie that adds such a nice sweetness and such a natural sugar to use. So you're not adding extra sugar to your smoothie. You're adding a nice sweet fruit, and it's dates. And these have a lot of iron and calcium, and they're really great for you. A lot of fiber, and you make sure to remove the pit. So these already have the pits removed, and pop them in your blender. So the next ingredient I like to add in a smoothie is a booster. So this could be protein powder. Maybe you have some protein powder in your pantry. Maybe you can add some chia seeds, which I love. Chia seeds are filled with protein. But today we're gonna add flaxseed. This is ground flaxseed, and I call this my brain and heart food because it's good for your brain, it's good for your heart, it has omega fatty acids, and it's super good for you. So this is just in a powder. The seeds have been already ground down, We're just gonna add a scoop of our flaxseed and pop it in there. These don't really have a strong flavor, so it's not gonna really throw off any kind of flavor to your smoothie. Apples. I'm gonna use a green one and a red one. I love apples. I don't think I've ever met anyone that has not liked apples before. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and the reason why you say that is because apples are so healthy. So much fiber in them, so good for your heart. A lot of vitamin C, which again is good for your immune system, keep you nice and healthy. You can really use any kind of apples you want in this. Yellow apples, green, red. So I like to use both because you get the tart, the sweet and sour, and we're gonna use this wonderful Granny Smith, and then we're also gonna use our red apple too, because again, I love apples. They're just such a nice flavor and such a great addition to our smoothie. So then I think we're all set, except I also am going to add some ice. Ice is a really important ingredient, especially if you're not using a lot of frozen fruit. So the only ingredient we have in our smoothie that's frozen and really cold is our banana. If I was using a lot of frozen fruit in this, like berries, then I probably wouldn't need any ice. But since we don't have any frozen fruit except for our bananas, we're gonna add some ice. So we're gonna pour that in here because it's really important to have a cold smoothie. That's the key. That is everything. We have our spinach and our dinosaur kale and our cilantro and celery and dates and apples and bananas. How amazing does that sound? I would like everybody to stand up, and I want to show you something special we do in your school. Maybe you've done this with me before, maybe not, but I'm going to show you something called the smoothie dance. But if you could all stand up wherever you are now and just kind of dance while this is blending. Just dance in place, because it's so important to move your body and exercise every single day. So why not dance around in the kitchen when you're cooking? Why not dance around when your smoothie is blending? So you're just gonna have to watch me right now, and I'm just gonna pretend in my mind that I can see you dancing at home. All right, you ready, smoothie dancers? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. All right, smoothie dancers, I think we have our first blend ready to go. So isn't it beautiful and nice and green and ready to go? This one says, you got this. So we're just gonna use this one, I think. We'll stop at this one and see how this tastes. So let me give it a quick try. It's so refreshing. And I think it would be good with the mint. I can taste a little bit of the cilantro. The apples and the dates. I hope you guys are gonna really like this one. And like I said, it's filled with so many vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and it's so good for your body. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you make this smoothie at home and try some different ingredients. Maybe you have your almond milk or different kind of milks that you could use, maybe coconut water. And I really hope that you give the lacinato kale, the dinosaur kale, a try, and some spinach, because it really is important to eat and drink your greens. Thanks everyone, see you next time.